Good morning, children. Hope you are safe and good. So children, in my last video I have explained you what are elements, what are molecules. Now today we will discuss about what are compounds. So before that, in my last video I have already explained you that elements are classified into metals and non-metals, two groups. Okay, so uh, in my last video I have already explained you some exceptions. I told you there are some exceptions, but so what are those exceptions? First one is sodium and potassium are metals. Okay, they are metals, as all metals are hard, all metals are solid, but they are soft metals. They can be easily cut with the help of knife, and we can easily draw into or press into sheets also, and we can draw wires from it. We can stretch into a wire also. Okay, second point is mercury. Mercury is also a metal. You can see the symbol is Hg. It is a metal, but as I already explained that it is a liquid metal at room temperature, which we used in our thermometers. Okay, then third point is diamond. Diamond is a non-metal, and you know non-metal exists mostly in all the three forms or states: solid, liquid and gas. But this is a non-metal which is the hardest substance known on the earth crust. So which is the hardest substance in the world? Answer is diamond. But diamond is a non-metal, comes under non-metal category. Next, fourth one is iodine. Iodine and diamond are non-metals, but they are shiny. Shiny means they have luster. Okay, so as you know from the properties of non-metal, that non-metals are non-lustrous, but here diamond and iodine, they are non-metals and they have shine, they are lustrous. Now graphite. Graphite is also a non-metal, but what is the exception? That it is a good conductor of heat, electricity. Okay, it can conduct the electricity, it can pass the electricity. Okay, now children, one activity is given in your book, page number 26. So as you can see, here is a diagram of electric circuit. Okay, so by using battery, wire, copper wire or any wire, or bulb, we can make a electric circuit. So for this we need these materials: bulb, two wires, battery, switch also if you want, then iron nail as you can see in the picture also, and a small piece of aluminium and coal. Okay, so here we have three things: iron nail, aluminium and coal. Now children, what we have to do, we have to attach it, as you can see in the picture, like this only we have to attach it. We have to make a electric circuit. In physics I think ma'am will teach you how to make a electric circuit. Okay, so you have to join it, and then what will happen when you will make the electric circuit, and when we will and when we will join like this. Okay, and when we will press the switch on, when we will switch on, then what will happen? This bulb will glow. Okay, so if you will place iron nail, then what will happen? The current will pass through this iron nail, and as iron is a metal, so metal property is they are good conductor of heat and electricity. So with this battery, the electric current will flow throughout this electric circuit and bulb will glow. So glowing of bulb will indicate that this iron nail is a good conductor of electricity. Now in place of iron nail, if you will place small aluminium piece or any sheet, then also, as you know, aluminium is also metal, so the bulb will again glow. So we can say it also conducts electricity. But in place of, if you will place coal, so in place of iron nail, if you will place coal, then it will not, bulb will not light up, it will not glow, and we can easily see that it do not conduct electricity. So coal is basically a non-metal, it is a carbon compound which is a non-metal. Okay, so from this activity, by making this electric circuit, here we can use any plastic material. Okay, or you can use any wooden piece. In that case also bulb will not glow. Okay, so we can easily understand, okay, metals are good conductor of electricity, but non-metals are poor conductor of electricity or non-conductors. Now today I will teach you what are compounds. Okay, in my last video I have given you some general idea. So here is a definition that compounds that are pure substances, compounds are also pure substances that are formed when atoms of two or more elements are combined chemically in a fixed ratio. So you know, in the fixed ratio. Now I have given you example of water, that water is made up of two elements, which is hydrogen and oxygen. You can see in the second point also. So in hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 2:1. Okay, they will combine together chemically with the ratio of 2:1 and form water compound. So water is a compound. In my last video I have explained you what are molecules, how molecules are formed, how compounds are formed. So already I have explained you how water, what is the structure of water. Okay, so formula of water is H2O. Now what is the property? So the property of a compound are different from individual property of the constituent element. As you know, hydrogen and oxygen both are gases. Okay, both are gases, but when they combine together they will form a liquid water. Okay, liquid water. Now same as example, you can say example of common salt, that common salt, the table salt that we are eating, we are taking in our food is also a compound. Okay, and it can be both and the formula of this table salt is sodium chloride, NaCl. Okay, so chemical name is NaCl, sodium chloride. So now it can be broken down into two elements. We can as you know, sodium is a metal. So sodium is a metal. It is a we can cut with an it is an inflammable metal. We can cut it with a knife also. It is a soft metal. Okay, and chlorine is a gas, and you know chlorine is a poisonous gas. But when these two, sodium and chlorine, combine together in a fixed ratio, they will form a salt. Okay, which we are using in our food. So like this, the properties of a compound are different. Okay, different individuals or elements, when they combine together they will form a new product. Okay, which can be in a new state. Now the element constitute cannot be separated easily. We cannot separated it easily by physical methods such as filtration. Like you know, sand and water, we can easily separate it with the help of filtration. In class 6 I have explained you what is filtration, what is evaporation, what is distillation. So these compounds we cannot their constituent element we cannot separate by physical method. We have to use chemical method. So in the last point is I have written, they can only be separated by chemical methods, by heating strongly or by passing electric current. So children, how can we separate constituent of water, which is hydrogen and oxygen, by passing electric current through it? Okay, so what is the that process, how we will separate this, you will learn in the higher classes. Okay, but remember that water, constituent of water, which is hydrogen or oxygen, we can easily separate by passing electric current through it. Okay, if we will pass electric current into water or acidulated water, we can separate hydrogen gas also and oxygen also. We can collect both the gases separately. Okay, now children, one more activity is given. So here also I have written that compound constituent can be only separated by chemicals. Same point. Okay, now page number 27, one activity is given which is proving that properties of a compound are different from the individual properties of constituent. So here in this property we need magnesium ribbon. You can see this yellow color. Okay, magnesium ribbon. We need a burner for burning it. Here you can see. Now we need a pair of tongs like this for holding the rubber magnesium ribbon. We want a watch glass and what? So what we are doing, what we are doing in this, we are holding a magnesium ribbon and we are burning it. Okay, so hold the magnesium ribbon with pair of tongs, like we are using this tongs in our kitchen also. Now what we have to do, we have to burn and we have to observe what is going on. So you will see, when we will burn the magnesium ribbon, okay, this magnesium ribbon will convert it into, when it comes in contact with oxygen, because you know burning oxygen support burning. Okay, so when the oxygen reacts with this magnesium, which is the magnesium symbol is Mg. Okay, so magnesium, when oxygen reacts with magnesium, it will form magnesium oxide. The formula is MgO. Okay, so remember, when magnesium ribbon, when we will burn it, it will react with oxygen, okay, during burning, and it will form white precipitate. You can see like this, white precipitate of magnesium oxide. Okay, or white color, so it is called ash. As we all know, whenever we burn anything, we will get the ash, so we will get the white ash, okay, which is a magnesium compound. So it is written in the observation, I am reading for you, that the properties of a compound so formed, that is magnesium oxide, are different from the magnesium as a new substance. So you know that this burning is a chemical change. So whenever we will burn anything, we will get the new product or new thing. Okay, so this is the activity. Next is, what is a molecule of a compound? Last class I have explained you that H2, O2, N2, C2, C2 and all are what? Cl2, all are what? Not C2, sorry, Cl2, Cl2, S8, P4, all are molecule of a compound. Okay, molecules. And now, what are molecule of a compound? So definition is given, I have written here, that a molecule of compound is made up of two or more atoms of different elements. Okay, like here you can see one compound I have written, water, H2O. So here water is made up of two different elements, one is hydrogen and one is oxygen. Here ammonia, NH3, so one is nitrogen, one is hydrogen, different, so they are molecule of compound. Okay, so they combine in a fixed ratio. Now the atomicity of a compound is the total number of atom of different. So we have to calculate the number of this formula of water, from the formula of ammonia. How we will calculate it? We have to write, we have to see that here one hydrogen atom is there and two hydrogen atom is there and one oxygen is there. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Here also one nitrogen is there and 3 hydrogen is there. So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Okay, so the atomicity of water is 3, which is a compound. Okay, and ammonia compound atomicity is 4. Only you have to you have to look the number of atoms. Okay, suppose NaCl, Na is 1, Cl is 1, so the atomicity will be 2. Okay, in case of methane gas, CH4, formula is CH4, so C is 1 and H is 4, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5, so methane atomicity will be 5, like this. Okay, last video only I have explained you how to find out the atomicity. Please go through it, you will understand easily. Now children, here now we have to write, there are so many compounds, because you know they are just elements are independently, they are not as I said to you in my last videos also, that they are not capable of existing. Okay, or they are just capable of existing, okay, independently. So what they are doing, they are just quickly making their stable compound or molecule. Okay, they are incapable of independent existence, that's why. Okay, now so here I am showing you first compound name, their respective elements name and their formulas. Okay, so first one is common salt, sodium chloride, that I said, that is also called table salt. So it is made up of NaCl. Na means sodium, Cl means chlorine. Okay, now glucose. Glucose is formula is C6H12O6. So here C is there, you can see in, from the chemical formula. C means carbon, H means hydrogen, O means oxygen. So this is 3 elements are there. Okay, now hydrochloric acid, it is made up of 2, hydrogen and chlorine, HCl, formula is HCl. Now zinc oxide, it is also made up of 2, first one is zinc, Zn, symbol is Zn, and O means oxygen. Now baking soda, there are how many? 4. Sodium is there, sodium. Baking soda is also called as sodium chloride. Okay, so NaHCO3. So 1 Na, 1 H, 1 C and 3 O. So you can say. So like this you can calculate the atomicity also. By, if you know the formula, you can easily find out the atomicity by looking the number of the atom only. Now marble is made up of 3 elements, calcium, carbon and oxygen. Okay, so now children understood what are compounds. Water compounds, they are also pure substances and they are formed when atoms of 2 or more elements are combined in a fixed ratio. Okay, fixed ratio, like we know about that NaCl, like we know about the glucose. Children, try to learn these formulas also, formula of glucose, formula of HCl, like this. Okay, now please read the chapter. Okay, so please watch all the videos of elements, molecules and this compounds. Okay, and read the chapter. So thank you and have a nice day.